And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
But Valerie, that's a strategy, right? You set up the dominoes well in advance. Stephen, go quickly.
Charlie, I had the same thing this weekend. I had a home that we had 57 people at the open house yesterday. And all these investors said, well, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? And I said the same thing, which is, are you signing an exclusive buyer's agency agreement to only work with me to help you find deals? And they say, no. I go, well, you would have known about this a week ahead of time, had you?
That's why you need to sign the
If you
agreement.
if you want to know about my deals, you need to be in my exclusive network.
Bingo. Okay, thank you.
Now, Valerie, when you hear the answer to that question and you get a signature on the contract, what grade do you give that lead in your pipeline? A, B, or C?
Definitely, B or an A.
She's hard. It's hard to be an A in Valerie's class, but I'd give them an A because if they're signed and loyal and able, definitely worth the time to pour into that. So, let me go live on the Facebook here. Stand by, everybody. All right, it's bumping through to the Facebook. We need to change our name here because Chris was renamed. We need the Scripps Jedi here. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the National Real Estate Conversation. This is Chris Hurley, and I'm your host on this Monday through Friday journey of getting your words together in real estate. And in the pre-show, we had some really interesting conversations here between our good friends, Stephen and Valerie and Shirley and Lorenzo. And so you too can join us on the pre-show and get some good content about how to deal with some different tactics. So I really enjoyed that little quick hit this morning. The life lesson from this morning's pre-show: get your document signed and offer that as an opportunity to people. So we're here to get your words going in real estate, and there's some good things coming up on the calendar this week. I don't want you to forget about it. Friday's a big day. If you didn't know, Lent starts on Wednesday. So for 5-6 weeks, every Friday, this call link has been active at about 7 Eastern time to about 20 minutes. So we do a little morning prayer on Fridays. And because Lent is around the corner, I want to invite you to come to that on Fridays. Start your day with a little bit of meditation, a little bit of thinking about that. And during this season of Lent, it's a great opportunity to do that on Friday. And especially if you're observing a fast on Friday, come with us to be part of that. So that's this link, scriptsjedi.club, at the same time, 7:05 we start, and we end before James's call, so you won't miss a bit. So that I will put out there, and honored to have my group that comes to do that with us. It's a fun group to do. And I want to talk a little bit today about being committed in your system of activities, despite sometimes the outcome not being there. And even despite you not coming to this circumstance with a lot of background and experience. I am blessed to have been given the gift of parenting 4 beautiful children, and watching their journey in life go through as a parent has been an honor to me. And I really enjoyed that. And watching their accomplishments, no matter where they are, it's been a lot of fun. And one of the most fun has been watching somebody who you guys have seen participate in a Team USA event. And it's very exciting to have an athlete that's part of Team USA. And Bernadette and I are really honored to watch Malia achieve her heights. And I want to share with you what it looks like to be on the best group of cheerleaders in the nation. This is a Team USA quick practice. I want to show you guys what that looks like. Are we good? Can we see this? Yes, we can see that. All right, I'm going to replay this.
No sound though, Chris.
And so they get together. Oh, going to replay for me.
This is awesome.
So they get together and do their journey of their workouts together each season, and it starts in the fall, and then it goes through the spring season where their competition is coming up at the end of the spring.
Oh, beautiful.
But I want to bring on Malia Hurley. Malia, are you here today?
I am here.
Malia is here. I'm gonna pin her. So I'm going to do a quick interview with somebody who is a international level athlete, world champion from last year. And I'm going to ask her some comments about her journey, and she'll tell us a little bit about this. So, Malia, you are where do you go to school right now?
I go to North Carolina State University, and I'm a junior here.
And what school are you in the North Carolina State University?
I am in the Poole College of Management, and I'm majoring in business marketing.
And did you squeak in there on athletic end, or did you earn your way in?
Nope, I earned my way in.
So you can write your letters and get in. It's definitely possible. And when you were in there, you were invited to be part of the cheer program. And as a freshman, is it common to be part of the MAT team, or did you have to work hard to do that?
I definitely had to work hard. It was a big time commitment and pretty much a dedication to my college experience because I go to practices every day. I don't have time to go hang out with friends or be social. I really just have to commit my life to becoming the best athlete I can.
And that's what the NC State requires of you. Like, to be a collegiate athlete, it requires, how many hours a week are you guys practicing?
We practice about 9 to 10 hours a week, and then we also have games on top of that. So my time commitment is about 15 plus hours a week.
And so you've been to some of the amazing games that LaKayla keeps telling us about with the women's basketball. Is that right?
Oh yeah, women's basketball is my favorite sport to cheer for besides football.
Go
And then,
Hokies.
and then you also got to do wrestling this year. Did you guys know that they cheer for wrestling and gymnastics? Tell me about wrestling.
Oh my gosh, that was cheering for wrestling at NC State was my first time really experiencing wrestling. And it's such a cool sport. I love it. I love cheering for wrestling. It's just such a cool experience.
And this is just for NC State. And you guys put your time in last year. And just before December, not this past December, but December 22, what happened to you physically as far as that competition?
So my freshman year, I worked the whole season. I was on mat. I worked with my stunt group. And then just 2 weeks before we left for our national competition, which we only have one national competition, and it's at the end of the season, I got a concussion and I had to be taken off the mat. And that was something I was really struggling with because I was not going to be cleared in time to compete with my team after I had spent 15 hours a week each week for the whole year, putting in the effort to compete with the team. So that was something I really struggled with mentally, is having to support my team on the side after putting in that much time.
And that was a real big challenge for you, right?
Yes.
To have that kind of disappointment that early on in your career. And yet working through the season, you earned that opportunity to get back on the mat. And at the end of that freshman season, what was the result for you guys?
My freshman year at our nationals, we did not win. We got second place, but the year after that, this past year, we won at NCAA nationals, which was a huge deal because we haven't won in, I think, since 2017. And during that process, I wanted to come back healthier and become even better. And thank you. And I entered into multiple stunt competitions. I found a stunt group where we decided we were going to work really hard. There's 4 of us. We spend every free minute outside of our already time commitment to work really hard and push ourselves to become the best athletes in the sport.
So you're already part of a elite national champion college team, and yet you guys chose to get into a small group of 4. And in that stunt group, which is a group of 4, I know you see the 5th person there, but they're just a spotter. Don't be critical of her. She's not, she's just there to help. But the 4 women that you see doing that stunt group, you guys additionally go out and practice beyond what NC State requires you. Tell me a little bit about that. What's that extra practice look like? How do you fit it in?
So we practice anytime we're free. We know that the only way to get better at cheerleading is to be consistent, and consistency comes with reps. And for that to happen, you have to practice all the time. So whenever I'm not cheering, or whenever before practice, an hour before practice, 2 hours before practice, we'll already be practicing. So a typical day for me would be I'll practice from 3 to 5 with my group of 4, and then I'll practice from 5 to 9 with my team. And because of that, we've accomplished so many different things. This past year, we entered into actually in January, just a few weeks ago, we entered into a stunt competition at UCA College Nationals, and we actually won. And it was the first time NC State has won since 2017 also. So this was a huge accomplishment for us and something that I'm very proud of.
And being invited to the U.S. national team was extra special last year because when you guys had won with the international competition on Team USA, that had been a long time since they had won too, hadn't it?
Yes, USA had not won in 6 years. We brought back the gold last year.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you guys are going back this year, is that right?
Yes, we were given the opportunity to compete with Team USA again this year. So I'm really excited. We just had our first training in Nashville, and I'm about to go back to Nashville for my second one.
So tell everybody what you're here to do as far as inspiring them for commitment to work. I think you've represented what a commitment to work is. What does Team USA want you to do with these experiences that you guys get to speak to people?
Part of my responsibility with Team USA is to fundraise for all of the travel expenses and competition expenses that I'm required to travel to Nashville 3 times, January, February, March, and then I'm also required to stay in Florida for 14 days straight in April. So I wanted to send out my donation link to you guys in the event you're interested in supporting my journey, and just thank you for your time and for listening to my story today.
Awesome. Put your link in the chat, Malia. Do you have it available?
I will do that.
Malia put her link in the chat, and I want you to know I bring Malia on as a way to show you guys how we can work, how we're going to encounter disappointment, we're going to encounter challenges, and trust me when I tell you, there's a lot more water under this bridge we could unpack about humans and people and the way we interact, but I want you to know that perseverance wins, and that in spite of some of the things you may encounter with physical injury, with social weirdness that people present to you, I want you to know that the gold is just around the corner. The gold is just around the corner, like it was for Malia, and it was an honor to watch her reach that level of success through cheer.